Hi guys, my name is Kim from Mats Consulting, and a huge big welcome to the short video on cash flow forecasting. So the first thing to look at is, what is a cash flow forecast? Well, it's very simple. A cash flow forecast is all of the money coming in and going out of your business over a given period. So for this example, we're going to be looking at 12 months, but if you want, you can do a cash flow forecast for 3 months or for 6 months as well. So why would you want to do a cash flow forecast in your business? Well, I've got 3 main reasons. The first one is planning. So when you have a look at your cash flow forecast, you can actually see where you're going to have any shortfalls, and this is really, really useful. And also, if you want to grow your business, which we all do, this will give you a really clear representation of what's going to happen to your cash when you do grow that business. So what will happen to your income, if you get more people, to your salaries, if you buy more assets, and it will give you a really, really a clear idea of what will happen month to month. So the other reason is clarity. You'll get a real visibility on your numbers, so you'll be able to see what's going to happen with your cash balance on a month-to-month basis, and it will really help you to plan ahead for any problems and to really take action before you see those problems happening. And the last reason is it gives you control. So it will give you a sense of confidence when you're making those strategic decisions. So whether you want to employ more people, whether you want to buy those new assets, the cash flow will really help you with that. And ultimately, use it as a tool to give you peace of mind in your business. So I'm going to take you through a cash flow forecast spreadsheet that I've created, and I've created this as a tool for business owners. If it's something that would be useful for you, please get in touch and I will send it to you. And I'm just about to take you through it. Right, so before I take you through the cash flow forecast spreadsheet, I just want to talk about how you go about populating the spreadsheet. Just one thing to say, and that I feel very strongly about, is it's definitely worth taking the time. I know you guys are already busy, but really take the time to do this project as accurately and in-depth as possible. If you're on your own, what I would suggest is download the information from your business bank statement. You can download normally 3 to 6 months into Excel, or if you have an accounting system, go to your bank account in the accounting system and download that information into Excel. And once you have the information in Excel, just really go through the months and see where you have low income months. Have a look at your cost of sales. Really have a look at your overhead costs and see all the different kind of costs that you have. If you've outsourced your payroll, go and speak to your payroll people and find out what makes up your salaries, what makes up your PAYE, just so that you have a really clear understanding of what your income and your costs are. End of the lecture. So let's have a look at the spreadsheet. So the first thing I'm going to show you is my highlighted cell. So this is basically opening bank balance at a certain date. You can either make this as at the 1st of January, or you can make this at the start of your financial year. In this example, I've put in £1, but this is just so I can show you how the numbers flow through. Okay, so just showing what I've done is I've done column A is a labeling column, and then I've got 12 columns for each of the months, and then I've got a total column which I will take you through. And so to start off, we look at our income. And I've given you 10 options. You can see my stream 1 to stream 10 of income. So this might be, if you have products, this might be your products in there. If you're a service-based company, this might be your services. You might have a rental income. So you can really change these labels, and you can also add rows in. If you add rows in, what I would suggest is add them in the middle. What I've done for the moment is I've protected all the formulas. So if you need this unprotected, just let me know and I can send you an updated spreadsheet. But if you put in rows in the middle, then the formulas will still work. So the next section is my cost of sales. And my cost of sales is basically the costs, what it costs you to produce your good or your service. So this could be materials or labor. So this might be freelance costs. This might be the cost of making your product. This might be if you buy things for your client, like maybe travel or subsistence. This might be those as well. So once again, I've given you the option of 10 lines. You can add lines in and make those lines work for you. Label them so that they fit your business. The last section is the overhead costs, and your overhead costs are mainly all the fixed costs that you have for your business. These do grow if your business grows, but these are things like salaries, PAYE, VAT, rent, rates, loan repayment, postage, printing. I've put a whole list that I can think of, but really have a look and make these work for you. And also you can see I've got a corporation tax row in there. And the last thing I've done is I've got the cash at the end of the month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through. So we have our £10 of income in month 1. We have our cost of sales, cost of £1, which leaves us with £9. We have our overhead cost of £1, which leaves us with £8. So we can clearly see that our net cash profit is £8 in month 1. We add that to our opening bank balance, which is £1, and we get our £9. Now, obviously, if we had £9 in our bank balance, we'd be a bit worried, but I've made this really simple for you so that you can really see how the spreadsheet works. Now, what I've done is I've also put in a whole lot of notes for you. And what you can see is the totals. I'm just showing you the totals for the income section. And I've said here, make sure the sum formula includes all of the rows if you make any changes to the spreadsheet. So what I would suggest is once you've populated the spreadsheet, I would just put your cursor over each of these formulas and just make sure, so you can see in this formula it's B8, B17, and I know that this is correct, but just to make sure that it's calculating correctly, just quickly put your cursor over each of the formulas just to make sure that is correct. Now, another way to know that the spreadsheet is adding up correctly is in the total column. I've helped you to do a cross check to make sure that all of the rows and all of the columns are adding correctly. So what you can see here is in my column N, all of the rows are totaled up. So here we go. I've got row 8. This adds all of the income from month 1 to month 12 in this specific row. This is N8. So all of these cells beneath it, the 10 cells beneath it, will total all of the row before it. So when I have a look at N18, this actually adds up all of the columns, from column B to column M. And I've done this to provide you with that cross check. So the cell next to it adds up cells N8 to N17. And the cell next to that just compares the difference between N18 and O18. So this is just to make sure that everything's adding up correctly in the rows and in the columns. And the reason I've done this is sometimes people will put numbers in the rows, but then they'll hide the rows, and this can sometimes make your totals go awry. So it's just to help you have some checks and controls in your spreadsheet. The last thing I'm going to tell you is on cell N74, this is the total of all of my net cash profits. And the cell underneath it is also a control cell. This adds my total of all of the net cash profits, which is my £8, with the opening bank balance, which gets us to that £9. And this should agree with cell M76, which is just the closing bank balance in month 12. I hope that makes sense. If you do need any help with this, please come and speak to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. And just to show you my summary cash flow sheet, I've protected this all, but this is a real good snapshot of what your income and what your costs are over the 12 months. And you can really see your cash in and out at the end of the month. So I really hope that this has been useful for you. Thank you so much for being here and for your time. Bye now.